Hello, I'm Coulter Scott. This is my timeline for building leadership at Fort Hays State University for program completion. A little bit late in the game on doing this, seeing that I'm about done, but better late than never. Throughout this timeline, I'm going to talk about from when I first started and planning on going into anything educational to where I see future plans being. Started in 2012, I was hired as a throwing coach at Lawrence Free State High School in Lawrence, Kansas. On the track team, I was just a Rule 10 at that point in time. In December of 2013, I graduated from Banking University, a small private school just south of Lawrence, Kansas, with a degree in sports administration. In August 2015, I started to work as ISS supervisor, para in the mentally fragile room, and assistant football coach at Washburn High School in Topeka, Kansas. In August of 2016, I moved to another room within the paraing as a higher incidence students. In March of 2017, I was hired as the throwing coach at the high school. Then moving to April 2017, I was moved to the 18 to 21 transition program to be a job coach with kids that were starting to age out of school and work on job experiences and work a lot with functional skills. Next, July of 2018, I was asked to take over the position of adaptive physical education teacher within the Auburn Washington School District. With that, I needed to go back to school because I was not a teacher at this moment. Found the transition to teaching program at Fort Hays State and got my master's in special education, and that was started in 2018. In May 2020, throughout those 2 years, was taking a couple classes at a time, as well as working full-time and coaching. I graduated that year, so just the peak of COVID, from that transition teaching degree. November 2020, I was hired as freshman girls basketball coach. Yes, that is the 13th thing I coach, but it's been awesome all the way. January of 2021 is when I really kind of started talking about being an administrator for schools. One of my good friends and one of someone that I look up to is administrator within our building, and we've talked for quite a while, and something that he thought I might be good at, and I've enjoyed talking to him about a bunch of different situations that have happened or bouncing ideas off with him. So I've decided to go ahead and jump in on the administration program. Now, it took a little while to go ahead and finally take that plunge. So December of 2021, I applied at Fort Hays State again for the Building Leadership Administration program. And very quickly, an advisor suggested, hey, why don't you jump in and take my interim class? So I did and jumped right into it. Next is that first session I just talked about. Took the Community and School Relations class. Then in the spring, I took EDL 852, Intro to School Administration and Educational Finance. During the summer, I took Special Education for School Leaders and School Law. I'm currently about to wrap up right now from August, October, the Supervision and Evaluation of Personnel. And then starting in November, I would like to start working on the practicum and e-portfolio, and then I would like to finish everything up by May with the portfolio and practicum and finish the degree altogether. Kind of moving forward past once I get the degree, I'm thinking about sticking around and being a coach for a few more years. I have some accomplishments that I still would like to do within coaching world. But thinking maybe 2026 to 2030, start working as a career in administration. And the idea is what I'd like to do is the main goal down the road would definitely be an athletic director. But I'm not opposed to being assistant principal and principal. I know that goes along depending on the level of school. Some are just like athletic directors, but a lot have portions of the alphabet and students that they work with as well. And then the potential idea is maybe 2045 to 2050 retire, which seems like some crazy dates to think about. And that is the end of my timeline. Appreciate you listening in. Have a good one.